What's going on, guys? Just got off work and we are headed to Santa Margarita Lake. We're gonna go meet up with my buddies Pat and Austin, and hopefully we're gonna catch some big ones. That water just came up, those fish were on beds, but we're gonna see how that pushes the fish off, keeps them in the same areas. The water's a little dirtier, so I don't think those fish are gonna be going far, and I think it's gonna be one heck of a weekend. We're gonna be flipping shallow, doing everything in between, but kind of targeting those fish, probably blind casting some beds. So super excited to get out there.
Marina and like Eagle Point and like Mackey, like out in the middle there was just striper boils like on the trout. And I'm like, oh my god, my dad was holding me. He was like helping me hold my waist because it was pulling me off the dock.
I never caught a bass. Santa Margarita Lake is one of my favorite lakes. And this lake is honestly, it's got a special place in my heart. I went to college at Cal Poly and up here on the central coast of California and got to fish this lake all the time. And the fact that I'm going fun fishing with two of my best friends is just a sigh of relief. You know, tournament fishing's fun and all, but getting to fun fish, these are the special moments. You don't get to do it that often nowadays, and anytime I get out here with these guys, it's always a fun time. This guy right here is Pat Toohey, one of the best fishermen I know. That's his boat. That's the Villain Baits Wrap boat. If you guys haven't seen Villain Baits, check them out on Tackle Warehouse. They're super cool swim baits this guy makes for you guys. And this little character right here, this is Austin Bonjour. This guy's one of the best sticks I know as well. And honestly, guys, like, I'm not even just saying it because I'm fishing with these two. These guys are two of the best sticks I know our age over here in California. And they got a lot to talk about. They've got a lot to teach you guys. They really want to teach you guys a lot of stuff. No secrets. You know, they told me in this video they want to teach you some cool stuff. Oh, look at that. This little weirdo. Who is this guy? But yeah, guys, Santa Margarita Lake is like a special lake. It's like a gem. Honestly, there's so many big fish in here. And when this lake dropped a couple years ago due to the drought, we were beginning to think that there was a massive fish die-off. But this year the spawn came around and the big girls started showing up shallow, and these guys have kind of figured out what they're doing. So today, hopefully they teach you some tips, some tricks on how to catch some spawning, staging, Florida strain, largemouth bass. Sick shot.
Water's not bad at all. No, in here it's good.
Does he even know? All right, guys, we're out here on Santa Margarita Lake. We just made it to our first spot. We went up the river. It's super muddy. This lake was in the spawn, like full spawn, kind of starting at the head of the spawn, and the water came up. We had a lot of rains here, so now it's super dirty. We're gonna try and blind cast, maybe flip them up the river. These fish haven't moved out. They're still pushing up to the bank. No, but they're moving up big time. So hopefully today we're gonna get some cool stuff here, guys. We're gonna make it instructional. We're gonna kind of teach you guys some really cool tips about what works out here, or how to target, say, some Florida strain largemouth with certain baits during the spawn period, and how to really go after the fish that are spawning, maybe in the pre-spawn, and some that are even maybe in post-spawn right now, right?
That's the first thing they do as these Florida strains. They want to get as shallow as they can. They want to feel as protected as they can. And there's no better structure than dead matted tules. It's the warmest part of the water under there. It's got the most shade under there. So it's perfect to incubate eggs. Right here is duckweed, a lay down, and then tules. But like yesterday when we were here, like all the bucks were coming out of the wood, and all the big females, it feels like they're staging, not necessarily spawning, but staging in that stuff, whether it's they're heating their eggs.
I think a lot before we got that rain, those fish were spawning and on those flats or whatever, you know, that structure wasn't in the water yet.
Yeah, and they were only up for a little bit.
So right when that water rose, they had to go make new beds in shallower water. They can't make their beds down in that 8 to 6 foot range anymore because the water came up 3 or 4 foot. So now they got to nose up to the bank and find a new spot to make a nest.
Exactly.
And what size rigs are you guys using? Like, what are you throwing?
Well, right now I'm flipping. I got a punch skirt on. I got a 5/8 5/8 ounce tungsten, and just a straight black and blue beaver.
Mine's pretty similar. I got a 1/2 ounce weight, just an 1/8 ounce smaller than his, black and blue skirt, and a roadkill. It's like a gold and green pumpkin beaver. I don't think color, as long as you got a dark profile, what would you say? Like it's something dark.
Yeah, exactly. When the water's, especially when the water dingied up like this after the
When
rain.
you're putting your bait, I mean, look how little light penetration.
Yeah, exactly. You're pitching in black holes, so the darker the better, I feel like.
Yep. Anything that kind of just puts a big profile down.
And do you think rate of fall really matters, or do you think it's more just getting through the cover?
I think it depends. I mean, I know rate of fall matters, but I think that's more of like a summertime deal. Now they're on their nest. If you get it in there where there's a fish, it's gonna eat it. Whether it's a 3/16 ounce weight or 5/8 ounce weight, but you have to be able to get it in there. That's why I'm throwing 5/8 right now, because
That's like perfect
we're
weight.
yeah, we're punching mats, sawdust, duckweed.
In both rates, I'm throwing 65.
Me too, 65-pound Power Pro.
Yeah. And I think some of these fish in the Tules on this lake, every lake's kind of different on how they use their structure, but dead matted Tules for as long as I can remember, even if they're not necessarily spawning, but they love spawning them, no doubt. You know, they love the root systems and stuff around them. But I think they just, in their nature, I mean, that's like the most comfortable zone. These fish love to be in 10 foot or less, and they get something like that, they can easily access it.
Yeah, they can come in, they can come out. The water gets hot, sun comes out, they can go hide.
Right.
They get a lower pressure day with some clouds and stuff, then they can go play around and move out of that stuff.
Yep. And then when it first fills, I mean, like the day or two after water gets in the Tules like this, I think there's lizards in there, snakes in there.
Oh yeah,
Big
rats.
birds, rats, all types of stuff, and they're like pigs in mud. Like they want to get in there and they want to nuzzle around in that. They want to eat the lizards. They want to eat the snakes. They want to eat everything. They can stage here and spawn in that tree. And then when it's right, they can come out of the middle of this and spawn on the corners or off in the front of them.
Yep, that's also a big thing I've noticed during the springtime. Fish will spawn in a lot of different areas, but if you notice, the fish spawn where the life is. The fish spawn where the bluegill are. The fish spawn where the shad are. They don't want to have to come off their bed, travel 50 miles, 50 yards away to go catch a shad or go catch a bluegill. They want to be in that life area where they can come off their bed, eat a bluegill, go sit back down.
And largemouth we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Largemouth are real lazy. That's why they love this stuff. Like Pat said, the life, there's bluegill in there, there's crawdads in there, there's everything that was in there before it got flooded, which was last week. It's still fresh. It's freshly flooded stuff still.
Yep.
So they still got a lot of stuff in there. I agree with you completely. They got a smorgasbord in there. They're real lazy. These largemouth they're not a spotted bass where they could be like, oh, let's go to the dam and then swim 18 miles to the river and chase that.
Yeah, or I'll follow that swim bait 10 feet, 20 feet off the bed and eat it.
Yep.
The largemouth aren't going to do that. They might follow it for a couple feet and then turn around and go back.
Yep. Like you just had that frogfish earlier come up and show itself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the state. Everybody, you can get bed fish, really aggressive males to come up and look at a topwater bait.
This morning, started off flipping all the dead toolies, back in the river and all over Main Lake. Caught a couple decent ones. Well, there was a lot of bucks, so we decided to come out, move outside of the Tules a little bit, those spawning areas, and try to blind cast for those bedfish. We know they're still spawning, but with this algae bloom being this bad, you can't see them.
So it's like pretty much going to areas, if you're on a lake that you can't see, you got a full moon, you got a hot week, you know they're spawning. Fish your areas that you typically go and catch bedfish, but be observant. Like when the lake goes down, like for example, Pat just caught a 4-pounder right here. There's a giant boulder you can't see that's underneath the water, and that fish was spawning on the back side of it, male, total bedfish bite, you know, pitching a finesse bait around and just envisioning that there's a bedfish there within a spawning area, right outside of the Tules where we've been keying in on the female.
And that's the main thing you got to do. When you can't see them, when you can't sight fish, you have to envision, like Austin said, where the fish are going to set up, where one would be spawning if you could see. Yep. And just keep consecutively making those casts until, you know, you fire her up enough to eat, and she'll eat it. Hit
the brakes, you know, pick your areas, know where they should be spawning, but you can't see them. Don't just be like, oh, they're not spawning, I gotta write this off. No, they're still spawning, you just can't see them. Just take your time, hit the brakes, pick up a worm, pick up a drop shot, and blind cast around, fish real slow. You know, I've caught a 10 and a 9.8 or a 9.12 on Easter Day here. Back-to-back years, 2013 and 2014.
Really?
Yep. Fun fact. Dude, it's a 10.
It's a giant.
It's a 10.
Here, I got the troller.
Well, I'm not going to be like humble or anything.
Oh my gosh. You're good. Take your time.
Perfect. That was perfect.
I can feel the line in her teeth, dude.
She's big. She's 8 or 9.
Maybe 10. I don't know, dude.
That side?
This side.
Oh god. Get out of there.
Come on, I can't. I don't want to.
Oh god. Go out on the shoulder.
Okay.
There you go. Give her up. Oh god, she might be dead.
She's close. For sure. Oh, can you see her tail?
She's big. Dude, she's so big.
Let her take her time though. It's cool.
We both called that.
Yeah.
Well, you called the flip kick.
I was like, hey.
I was like, let's stop there. Oh my gosh, she's fucking
dude, I can't hurt her. I just want to get her in open water.
There you go. That's ready now. Now go towards her.
It'll be easy. Use that net. Keep it up.
I got you.
8, 9.
Oh, she's so fat.
Oh yeah, baby!
Woo! Oh, she's big.
She choked it. That might be 10.
Oh my gosh.
That might be 10. That's 10.
Dude, you gotta
Double
get
digit.
that out of her gullet.
Yep, double digit. That's a 10er.
Oh my gosh.
You want to just cut it, or?
I'm gonna try once and then I'll just cut it.
Because it's in her crushers.
It's a small hook though.
Little Senko action.
Oh my god. Well, guys, I don't know if it's a 10er, but it's close.
She big.
She big. That's what Margarita's all about, dude. Just caught this fish just now on a Jackal Flick Shake and a 6-inch 925 Cinco Delta Special, and caught what it feels like a Delta Special. Thank you, big girl. Oh my god.
I looked over there. I was like,
Put your shirt on.
No, get over here.
I don't think she's 10, but she's a big one. And then and Pat just goes, she fat.
She fat.
Oh my god, dude, the male ate.
Did it?
I swear to God.
Oh my god.
Line.
I just caught a 9 or 10 pounder on a wacky rig, 925 Cinco 6-inch, and on a Jackal Flick Shake, and you can see she cut my thumb. That's how you know they're big ones. But it was, wow, man, that's...
Wait, didn't you say, yes, we have this in the video. Yesterday you said on Easter you've caught a 9.
A 9.8 and a 10.
There you go.
I've caught 3 10s on Easter here, dude. Almost 2 10s and a 9.8.
And yesterday I was making fun of him.
Yeah, no, you gotta put that in there.
It's on recording right now.
Oh my God. That was crazy. Yeah, that's my third
9+ pounder.
9+ pounder on Easter Day. It's just incredible. But it goes into Pat making the great decision. Pat's like, hey, there's a spawning pocket. We talked to you guys earlier. Boulders, whatever the structure may be in a spawning area. He's like, dude, we got to go over there real quick. I'm like, you want to keep going down the channel swing? He's like, no. A couple casts. I had broke off my Texas rig, Cinco, and I'm like, I need to throw a flick shake. Pat, where's your flick shakes? He had one flick shake, tied it on, put a Cinco on, first flip. I thought I was stuck. I was just like, what the heck? And it just started swimming out and out and out. Pat's like, you have a giant. And I hope you guys enjoy the fish catch on film. I'm still shaking. I'll probably be shaking until next Easter. Oh my God.
Yeah, she needs her own apartment, dude. Get her.
Yeah, she needs her own house. Get her in there. Oh, that's look at how little her mouth is.
Hey, dude, don't say that about her.
Be nice, man.
Dude. Oh my goodness.
All right, boys. We just caught a giant. Well, Austin did.
We did. No, we did. It was all, dude, that's what everybody.
In this certain spawning pocket, I've looked over there. It looked right. So now we're gonna go hit every single spawning pocket we know of on this body of water as fast as we can. We're gonna catch another one.
You got it?
No.
Got it. Fourth flip. Turning. Hey, Billy, that's a stud.
Never think they're not on beds just because the water's dirty.
Alright guys, so I've been doing a lot of filming because these guys are just whacking them, but you know, you can learn a lot from these guys. They're great fishermen, and unfortunately I can't seem to catch one, but if we find a bedfish, they told me they're gonna let me catch it, so.
Yeah, don't worry, Billy, you can have the next one.
But you know, I like the filming just as much as I like the fishing, so this is just epic. I hope this comes together cool for you guys, and this lake is on fire right now. It's hard to figure it out, but these guys are figuring it out.
Oh my God. Big 7, 8. I gotta go around, dude. Sorry.
Dude, we're so on it right now.
I gotta get off the bank.
Oh, we're good.
You're okay.
Dude! Oh my God, 7, 8.
Dude, it's gonna be a huge bag.
Oh my God. Dude, look at that thing. 7.5 maybe. Just caught that fish again on just spawning banks, man. Spawning banks.
Running that history, this is what happens.
Days like this only come once in a lifetime.
What'd you catch it on? Let me see the worm.
It's not necessarily the bait. Like, people are always like, oh, it's a bait, it's a bait. This is so secret. It's key into where they're coming up at, and don't rely on just one certain bait, you know, be able to keep an open mind. A lot of guys have been like, man, I'm out of that worm, I can't, oh, I gotta do something else, you know, get something similar, you know? So I caught a 9 on this, and then I caught an 8 on that.
And they're two completely different colors in a sense.
It's just, it's the flick shake head is what the deal is.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely epic with this right here. I mean, it's a typical, you know, no secret. You can buy them anywhere. Hook, weight, worm, right in the middle, wacky style. And we're just, it's more the area. You know, I stepped on her, but she was just coming right at me.
I can't even stop filming right now because Austin keeps catching giants. So this is just amazing. This is a dream day. Pat's a good boat captain.
Pat is the best boat captain. If you need to get into touring and guiding, because gosh dang, dude.
But yeah, guys, this is insanity. Just stick with your guns, keep an open mind, and just go cover water. I mean, this water looks like poop, but they're biting, they're up shallow, they're doing what spawners do, and you just gotta stick with it and just grind it out.
Yeah, I mean.
Did you get that, dude? Check this bad boy out. Mr. Big Fish over there had his little rat nest in and not capitalized.
Hey man, I've been
Don't come off.
Moment of truth, man. I don't know. I don't think she's just.
Be close.
I don't think she is. She's not. She's 9. Tell me what it is. I want to look.
Chew!
Tanner.
That's one for the record books, boys.
Biggin.
Well, let's
Santa
see what this
Margarita
other
Lake
one
special.
weighs then.
Yeah, kind of curious about this one too. Thank you,
That
sweetheart.
one's probably 9 then.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Dude,
I don't know.
told you it was gonna be close.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's an 8.
7.
787.
It's 824.
787.
780.
I said it's 787.
Dang, hold that one up too, like you just did.
So that's a total of 18 for
2.
beauty. You can see where I had her hooked though. That's really cool. I want to show you guys. Right there. On that little tiny hook.
That was
Zero?
so small, dude.
Yeah, no man.
Austin makes me look bad all the time. 639.
639.
So that's 24.
Hold that one up, Pat, Tui, just like Austin did. Here we go.
Nice margarita chunker.
All right, now hold.
That's 24 for 3.
For 3.
Yeah.
See what these other 2 go.
She's 4 something. Maybe 5. This is a bedfish. Let you do.
585.
So that's 29, almost 20. That's 30 right there. 24 plus a 6.
Hold that one up.
That's 30 with 4.
See what this
Just a hair under 30. It's like 29 something.
see what this little buck weighs.
Don't call it her, dude. It's a him.
Oh,
It
it is a
identifies as a male.
423.
So that's 34 pounds. Oh, give or take. But we'll weigh them all at the end. 34 pound bag, dude. With a 1025.
So we just dropped the Dirty 30. Pretty unreal day with my best friends. Hopefully I got some good stuff on film. I can't wait to look at it when I get home. And this will be a memorable Easter Sunday.
This will be the probably one of the coolest videos you guys will ever watch.
Hopefully. We'll see. We missed a couple hook sets on film, but got some like fish catches going into the net and other cool stuff like that. So hopefully it comes together cool. We got some cool tips for you guys. Well, actually, you guys are gonna be watching this at the end of the video, so hopefully it turned out well. Thank you guys.
It was a smash fest.